What are the 5 mistakes Capricorns make when they're trying to achieve their goals? And the first mistake Capricorn make, which is one that they all have in common, is overthinking. Overthinking instead of overdoing. Capricorn tend to overthink. They tend to go through so many things, and this sometimes causes them not to sleep. Sometimes they're just thinking about what they need to do, what they have to do, worrying, just going through their mind of overthinking about every scenario that they're trying to achieve their goals. And sometimes this is a massive hindrance. There is the odd occasion where it helps them perform better, but if you're doing something for a day or two, okay, it works well. But if you're doing something over a year, 2 years, 5 years, you're trying to achieve goals, and this overthinking way of operating, no, you should be overdoing instead of overthinking. Action needs to be involved, and it's going to overcome the overthinking that's going to cause you anxiety, stress, and stop you from achieving what you truly need to achieve. Number 2, my pen is running out. Negative mindset. Now, Capricorn, negativity can be a positive thing. Don't get me wrong. Yeah? When you're thinking negative in terms of maybe, I'm going to try and make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to try and make sure this doesn't happen. That's not bad. It's good. Let's be honest. It's good. But when you have a negative mindset overall, which sometimes Capricorn do that. Sometimes they just think on a negative way and think in a negative basis, and it stops them from achieving. Because if you're thinking negative, what's your reality going to be? Your reality is going to be negative. What's in the mind is your reality. So Capricorn need to stop the negative thinking. They need to learn how to look at their goals and how they reach their goals. Obviously, they do things on a step-by-step basis. That's how Capricorn operate. But they need to not look at the negatives overwhelmingly and look more so at the positives with the negatives, and not make the negatives the bigger thing. Negative mindset stops them a lot. Trust me on that. Concerned how others see them. Capricorn are highly concerned about their public persona, their public perception, how other people are viewing them in all scenarios. And sometimes that can stop them from doing certain things that can obtain their goals. It can stop them from making certain decisions because they feel that, how am I going to be seen if I decide to do this? I need to be, because how Capricorn want to be seen is in a good light, in a positive light, in a professional light, someone who knows what they're doing, who has, control. Capricorn is all about control. So having that level of control about them and the environment that they're in, that's how they want to be seen. And sometimes it stops them from making decisions that potentially take them out of situations where they have control. But sometimes you have to do that, especially when you're starting really, really at a low level and you're trying to attain big goals. Sometimes you have to be in scenarios where you have no control and you have to adjust. So the concern about how people see them is holding them back, and they must make decisions based purely on them reaching their goals on a step-by-step basis, and kind of not let how other people view them holding them back. That's why Capricorn's so good on social media, because Capricorn know how to project an image, and they naturally project an image at work, with their family, etc., etc. And if something, maybe if they make a decision that go against that image, sometimes they don't make that decision. So it's important for them. Number 4, and I kind of mentioned it a little bit, my pen is dying. Trying to control everything. Trying to control everything. This is Capricorn, what they do. They try to control people, environment. You know, it's very hard for one person to control absolutely everything that's going on. If you try to do that, 100% it's a massive mistake. You're making a major mistake trying to control everything. Yes, Capricorn, yes, you need to have a degree of control in certain aspects. Yes, of course, 1000%. But everything, or attempting to control people that, you know, attempting to control people that can't be controlled, or attempting to utilize, you know, sometimes you have to persuade people to do something you want to do. You can't force them, you can't manipulate them, you can't kind of, you know, convince them. You have to persuade. And that's the difference. Sometimes controlling can be done, but with persuasion. So it's not even trying to control everything, it's the way you try to control everything. Utilize different aspects to try and get what you want from the environment, from people, instead of force, instead of convincing. Persuade. That's the key. You need to utilize your persuasive skills more. And number 5, not using intuition. And I would also add, like, just intuition, I would also add like spirituality. I'd also add that too. I'd also add sometimes Capricorn forego spirituality, forego intuition. They just look at pure facts, pure numbers, just looking, you know, at like the things on a material basis, on a physical basis. Sometimes utilizing your intuition will actually make you reach your goals better. Sometimes that gut feeling, you need to trust it more as a Capricorn. You need to know that you have that there and you can utilize it to actually obtain the goals and reach your goals that you want. And you can't only think everything is based on logic. And I know Capricorns don't, but when it comes to career or obtaining goals, money, etc., they tend to. Out of that, no, Capricorn are very much utilizing their intuition and everything, but they don't utilize it in their career aspect because they don't think it's professional. But they must. They have to. As, you know, spirituality, intuition is all part of everything. Everything is connected to everything else. I mean, that's what we must remember. We must not forget that. The law of oneness, for sure. So this is the 5 mistakes that Capricorn makes when they're reaching their goals. And if you avoid these 5 things, 1000%, you are going to reach your goals. There is no doubt about it. Have a great day.